All right, so you guys have left a couple comments on my channel asking that I review these sneakers right here. This is kind of a lower tiered product from Adidas, and I saw the $120 price points at retail, but they are on sale for about $48 to $60-ish depending on the colorways. So I was like, you know what, I'll get a pair of these, try them out, see what they are all about, because this does feature a different technology that I'm not used to trying out from Adidas. This is the Lightmotion Plus. We've had Light Strike in the past, we've had Adidas Bounce, we've had Adidas Boost, we have Light Strike Pro, we have Cloud Foam, and now we have this other one that I've never tried, which is the Lightmotion Plus foam on here. And so I wanted to give these a try and let you guys know my thoughts on the Lightmotion and give this model a look, which is called the ZNCHILL or Lightmotion Plus ZNCHILL. So let's go ahead and get into this, and hopefully you guys find this video helpful. If you guys are interested in buying a pair of the ZNCHILLs, I have them linked in the description of the video. It takes you directly to Adidas site, and if you guys use my affiliate link, I do get a little bit of a kickback. Directly supports the channel and lets Adidas know that you guys mess with the channel. Greatly appreciate it when you guys do that. This product actually has a really high rating on it. Out of 5 stars, 149 reviews, you have a 4.4 comfort and a 4.6 in quality. So overall, I feel like people definitely really like this pair of sneakers. I feel like it's a nice entry-level pair of sneakers from Adidas. It's kind of a chunkier looking pair as well, a little roller motion action going on in the midsole. But a very interesting one to myself. The Lightmotion Plus is kind of the lower tier end of $60 to $120 roughly, which I think it kind of replaces that bounce sort of technology. And then you have Adidas Boost, which is kind of mid and upper tier for their product offering. And then you have the Light Strike Plus, which is like the top tier comfort like stuff that Adidas offers. So this being on the lower tier, I was like, it can't be that good. But I'll tell you guys, it's actually pretty decent in hand and on feet. There's definitely some pros about the shoe. There's a couple cons that I'd mention as well. So just pulling them out of the box and giving you a general overview of what I see here. You have the Lightmotion branding on the side of the shoe right here, which honestly, I thought it was Light Strike Plus, but it's Lightmotion Plus, so noteworthy there. So this is not as soft as like Adidas Boost in my opinion, but I think it's probably as soft, if not a little bit softer than Adidas Bounce. Now I just chose a black and white colorway. I think it's a clean looking colorway. And then for the upper of the shoe, they really did a lot of different things here because there's a lot of different panels and lots of different materials on the upper, and you could probably have a lot of fun with this, making a lot of different colorways. But across the mudguard of the shoe, you do have a fused material that definitely gives a little bit of extra protection, which is why people probably rated these so high with durability. Then you do have this mesh covering over the toe box of the shoe and along the side panels where the 3 straps have a little bit of stitching. Then you do have a fused material again around the laces of the shoe, and then an added little reinforcement section in plastic for the top 2 laces. For the back section of the shoe, they changed things up quite a bit as well. There's a couple different layers here. You have a larger gauge kind of woven mesh for the upper collar of the shoe, and then you have a suede or a mock suede material around the heel of the shoe, and then you do have a little support counter here in plastic across the back of the shoe. There's no Adidas branding on the back of the shoe. I found that interesting because usually there's like an Adidas logo here somewhere, but they really went minimal with the branding, which I think some people probably appreciate. Also, that same like knitted mesh or whatever this is called on the tongue of the shoe kind of feels nice, but it matches the collar, and then you do have a fused on Adidas logo on the tongue. But overall, I think the midsole is where this thing takes off. I mean, this thing is absolutely massive. It's just a huge stack of cushioning on it. Now, I'm not sure if there's a dual density foam to this midsole because there's 2 different sections that it looks like on the sides of the shoe. If I look here, it says about 32, and then the bottom says about 35. So this probably is a dual density foam, and they don't market it as such. But this top layer is a little bit softer. The bottom layer is a little bit firmer. Throwing that out there, just interesting to note. Overall fit, I would say, is true to size on these. If you guys have a variance and opinion, of course, leave a comment in the comment section. And I think that the styling does look pretty good. You are a bit higher off the ground in these, even than something like the Explorer Boost, which is a max cushion shoe. This has a bigger stack on it than the Explorer Boost, so you're actually a little bit taller in a pair of these than the Explorer Boost. I would say this is kind of like a similar vibe as a Hoka, but not as soft underfoot. So some overall pros about the shoe. Obviously the price point, retailing at $120, and anything under $60 is a steal for this shoe. And there's a lot of colorways available for $60. Again, link in the description if you're interested in buying them. Free shipping if you guys log into your Adidas account, which is free to set up. So just throwing that out there. And the overall comfort on the model is actually pretty good. I would say that it is highly recommended at 4.6 out of 5 stars from average person. For me personally, I think they're a lot firmer on feet than other offerings out there for max cushion sneakers in a sense. And if you're going for something under $100 and you want something softer on feet, the Explorer Boost is probably the better option, but it's a little bit more expensive, maybe double the price if you're finding them on sale. But I would say overall the Explorer Boost is better, and I'll link those in the description as well, just in case those are on sale for a good price. But that doesn't take away from the overall comfort that these offer. I feel like the average person that hasn't tried on all the crazy soft squishy sneakers on the market like I have would feel like these are really, really good, and I don't disagree. I think that they are pretty comfortable. Again, not super soft, squishy, but overall comfort is still nice. And it is a chunky model. Again, I'd say that's a pro if you like the overall style of something chunky. An additional pro if you're a shorter dude, like I'm an under 6 footer, this will give you an extra inch of lift, so that's a plus as well. And overall pro, the value of the product. I mean, considering you're getting a $120 shoe for lower than $120 on average, this is a really nice offering for the price point. As for the overall Lightmotion Plus, I think this is a pro as well. The fact that Adidas is branding something on the lower tier, it speaks volumes to myself, at least, because I hate it when companies release something on a pair of sneakers that is pretty comfortable, but they don't disclose what the foam is. I don't know if it's generic foam. I don't know if it's like a proprietary foam that they're just mislabeling. It's hard to tell with brands out there. And it kind of reminds me of like buying chicken noodle soup. Like you can get good chicken noodle soup out of a generic can that has just a store name brand, or you can get Campbell's and whatever other brands, and you know, it might be really, really good as well. But I really don't like it when brands don't give even the lower tier products some sort of identity. And I like that Adidas does that with the Lightmotion Plus. And I think it's a good identity. It's actually pretty soft. And I'm wondering what else they're going to be able to put this on. And now the overall cons about the shoe, I would say that it is a little bit unstable. The fact that it is such a tall, crazy stack of foam, it's pretty unstable. Now I was wearing these, I was putting together in a gazebo in my backyard, actually, of all things. And I was wearing these during that time since I got them in. I was like, oh, I'll just throw them on, see how they feel. I didn't feel like I was going to break anything. I was climbing up and down ladders and stuff and putting together parts of the gazebo, and I didn't feel that unstable in them. However, I would say on average, because of the stack height, they do feel a little bit unstable comparison to regular shoes. Also, they are not ultra breathable or anything like that. It's breathable, but it's not that breathable. So if you need something with more breathability, this is definitely something that gets a little bit hotter overall, just because of the thickness of the shoe. And the last con overall is the weight of the shoe. It's about 14.7 ounces in a men's size 9.5. So a little bit heavier side of things. If you're looking for something lighter, they do have the Light Strike Plus. They have the SL Light Strike version that I really like. That one's a nice light pair of like mesh runners. But if you're looking for something a little bit more substantial, this is a pretty nice option. I could see because of the design of the upper, it's going to be more durable than just like a mesh runner. So I think that they did a good job designing it. Giving it some sort of a rating, I'd say stability out of 10 is probably like a 6.8. Breathability is probably the same, around a 6.8. Traction of the shoe, I didn't cover that, but the traction is actually really good on the bottom of the shoe. It doesn't have continental rubber or anything, but it is fully covered, and I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. And overall comfort rating, it's an interesting one. I know a lot of people really like this one. I'd give it probably like a 7.6 out of 10. It's not like the craziest, most comfortable thing out there. Sometimes you want something with a little bit more of a firmer feel and just something more substantial feeling on foot. And I feel like this is a nice offering, again, for that price point of under $60. Again, link in the description if you guys want to buy these. Shout out to everybody that actually recommended and wanted to see a review of these. I think that it's a pretty cool, different pair of sneakers. One that has been out there for a while, and I finally got them when they were in an ultra sale. And I think that overall I'm impressed with what they're offering. But thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, feel free to do so. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more videos very soon. All right, peace guys.